Autism spectrum disorder affects 38.7% of children under 14 in Ghana, significantly higher than the global prevalence of 6.2%. Despite the increasing numbers, stigma persists, prompting concerns about the well-being of autistic children in the following report.
You are the one who drew this picture.
Picture.
What's in the picture?
Giraffe.
Giraffe. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself.
In Ghana, 380 out of 100,000 individuals have autism, with a total of 129,641 citizens on the spectrum in a population of 33 million, according to a World Bank report. Among them are Marvin and Edwin, twins diagnosed with autism at 3 years old, now aged 18. Their mother, Dinah Ivo, recounts their journey of discovering their children's condition and the challenges they faced, including misattributing their difficulties to spiritual causes rather than autism.
We were going from church to church and we believed it was witchcraft. And the pastors were saying that it was. So we went to the assessment center and they said, no, there's nothing like that. So we should go to a center of autism. So that's when we went and they started schooling at age 3. But it took me a while, a year or two, to accept it. But their behaviors was quite challenging.
18 years of taking care of autistic children. How has the journey been?
Very tough. Very tough. And it's tougher now that I don't have their dad is no more. When he was here, it was quite easier. You know, he will help me around things, taking care of them together. We're doing everything together. You understand, training them and everything together. So it has been tougher doing it alone because he was the only one helping me out. He was an exceptional dad. He was there for me.
Dinah expresses concerns about maintaining a balanced diet for her children.
It's quite challenging when you have children on the spectrum and they don't eat everything.
What do they eat?
One of them eats jollof rice and kinky. Jollof rice, kinky, and wache. And the wache, you have to buy it outside. Don't cook it at home.
Why do you have?
That's how.
Are they able to determine if
They are
you?
able to. They're able to. Look, my twins, one of them, the younger one, you don't have to buy the wache from outside. You cook it at home. He knows the difference. The other one, you don't cook it at home. You buy it out. You fry egg for one, you cook egg for one. One eats banana, one hates banana.
How are you able to identify these differences among them?
For example, the one that likes kinky, the other one, the kinky is without stew or soup. He has never, ever eaten stew or soup before. So the kinky, you need to slice it like pieces of cake. You give him a fork, he pick it up. If it's fish or chicken, then he chew it after that. No stew, no soup. So you can imagine. So kinky, wache.
It doesn't affect their diet or anything.
Give them vitamins. Vitamins. Yes.
Are these recommendations from the doctors?
No. I just give them normal vitamins once in a while. It's once in a while. But the other one too, the younger one who is Marvin, he eats everything, but not with soup.
She discusses assessing quality health care for her children, primarily relying on hospital visits for routine checkups or when they are unwell.
Even when I read about some going for medication and therapies, I do feel for them. Mine don't. They are okay. We do go for tests once a while, then I go check their HB, and they are fine. We check for malaria, we check for typhoid. If there's any malaria, we take malaria this, then we come home. So I always make sure I go check for their HB. If they tell me it's low, then I give them multivitamins and folic acid, recommended some years ago by a doctor to give them that. So because they don't take anything liquid. Apart from water, you can't give them anything liquid. No Fanta, no minerals.
And it has been like this for 18 years.
Yes.
Despite improvements in education, Dinah notes the discontinuation of her children's schooling due to a decline in sponsorship, relying on her small provision shop as the family's sole income source.
We had to get sponsors to sponsor them. So family members came in recently when I lost my husband 3 years ago. But then after some time, they couldn't help anymore. I do get support from my family members and my sister-in-laws. God bless them. They do support me. But still, it's not that easy. You understand? For example, maybe you wake up and you know that what you have in the house is yam. And no, they don't want to eat it. So how you get your chicken and jollof? You need to get it. So it's quite challenging.
Dinah highlights her son's talent, illustrating that disability does not equate to inability, with Edwin's passion for art and Marvin's interest in cooking.
Because Edwin being a good artist, I wish I can afford an art teacher for him. I know one, but I can't pay him, who will come at least 2 or 3 times a week to help him polish his art skills. And the other one, I don't know what he's interested in doing yet, but he helps a lot around the kitchen, cutting vegetables and all that. So I think he's interested in cooking and all that, and he likes arranging puzzles and all that.
She calls on the government to establish affordable educational and healthcare facilities for autistic children to promote inclusive education and effective healthcare for the less privileged.
Just like there's government schools and private schools, I think there should be centers for the less privileged. That costs less. Because when you take them to a normal hospital and their behaviors, because for example, I took one of them in November because he had a fall. It wasn't easy convincing them. I had to tell them what autism was, why my boy is not sitting still, why he doesn't want to take the injection. So if we should get a health center that educates those health workers purposely about autism, then they will know that this center is for autism. Then we bring our children directly to those places.
Stakeholders emphasize the need for early autism diagnosis awareness and specialized training for health workers to address autism-related concerns effectively.
I think there should be more training for us as health workers or midwives and nurses to be able to identify such cases when they report, and then as we are already doing with the focus antenatal care, we are educating them on danger signs and how they should care for themselves during pregnancy and after pregnancy.
Advocates such as Abeku Grant from an NGO and Dr. Lawrence Ofuribuedu from the Ghana Health Service stress the importance of government policies and stakeholder engagement in supporting autism-related efforts.
Because autism is not a physical disability, it is something that government is not looking at, because even there is no policy by government that is talking about autism. Government is talking about people who have physical disabilities, and they don't understand why they should support person who has physically developed and still need support. The government has no clue what autism is. So that has been the major challenge in Ghana.
It's about dialogue and advocacy, knowing the numbers and know who needs what. The laws are there for everybody. But once we get to know the disadvantage, we create special avenues for them. So I don't think that it is too late yet. Maybe people were not too much aware or interested. But now, education has gone on, advocacy has gone on. The whole week has been blocked for World Autism Day. They are discussing everywhere. So we need to engage. There are systems there, but we need to strengthen the system.
World Autism Day, celebrated annually on April 2nd, focuses on empowering autistic voices, highlighting the significant contributions of autistic individuals worldwide.